Okay, our next film is a tricky English spy thriller that is full of more anger than thrills. Anger at the whole covert world of spying, whether practiced by the English, the Russians, or the Americans. Michael Caine, turning in yet another fine performance, he seems to do about 3 or 4 every year, plays a former military man, the father of a young intelligence agent in Britain who is tired of eavesdropping on the Russians. He complains it soured him on life.
It hurts me, personally. If the Bolshoi comes, if I watch and listen to Romeo and Juliet, I mean, the joy of it is poisoned by the certainty that the KGB man is sitting in the bloody prompt corner. Their secret world has put out the light of the ordinary world.
All the more reason to stick at what you're doing.
No.
But the kid doesn't listen. He innocently gets caught up in an espionage scheme and is killed in what is made to appear to be a suicide. Ultimately, Caine crashes through the layers of British intelligence and confronts the powers that be, who shock him by telling him that his kid was used as a pawn.
You're telling me that this whole thing was to prevent the Americans, our allies, from finding out that the real traitors were higher placed than Cage or Goodburn?
One of them, certainly.
It was the only chance we had to uncover him.
Well, have you?
Yes.
What did you do with him?
Left him in place until we can assess the damage he's done, and how most effectively to use him to embarrass the Russians.
When you'll do a deal with him so that he can go on drawing his pension and having tea with the Queen.
Now, if you're looking for a James Bond thriller, or even something more realistically chilling like The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, forget this film. The Whistleblower is not an action picture. It's a picture about character and about anger, and it wants to make just one point, that secret governments aren't good, and if they were, they wouldn't have to be secret. The point is made often, sometimes too often for my taste, but the acting by a whole array of fine English character actors is compelling enough for me to give the film a marginal recommendation.
I liked it better than you did, and I liked it in the same way that I liked it in Defense of the Realm, a movie we looked at a few months ago.
Right.
These are 2 movies that represent a whole feeling in Britain right now that the intelligence apparatus, ever since World War II, has been totally out of control. They've got the third man, and then they found the 4th man, the keeper of the Queen's pictures, he was a spy. And
the intelligence agents are being dominated by the Americans, is what this film says.
And that's another argument, too. Yeah. And in the speech that we just heard there, the whole idea is that in order to cover this up, these people are allowed to continue to walk around and have tea with the Queen, as he says. I think it's a very strong film, and especially strong because it comes out of a father's love for his son more than his political ideas about the intelligence establishment. A great performance by Michael Caine.
Well, he is very good. The only thing that I was saying is that I wish that it just simply there were fewer speeches about how bad covert operations were and more acting out of that rather than the speeches. But still, I recommend the picture.
2 thumbs up for The Whistleblower, the uncommonly subtle, thoughtful espionage thriller starring Michael Caine, as well as Michael Caine's great performance in The Whistleblower.